Alright, I won't be reading from the host tonight. However, I do have some papers I would like to read to you guys. I have a song I'll sing. And right now I just want to tell you guys why I haven't really been updating this. See, I'm supposed to go in for surgery soon. So I've been trying to work around that. It's nothing major, I just gotta get my 4 wisdom teeth and an impacted canine removed. Apparently to the doctors that's considered something I need consultation for, so blah blah blah. Um, the song I picked out is Gary Jules' Mad World. And I decided to sing this because I was just watching YouTube videos and I saw an AMV from the anime Soul Eater. That song definitely fits Krona. But anyways, here it is, and then I'll read you some of these papers. Gary Jules' Mad World. All around me are familiar faces, worn out places, worn out faces, bright and early for the daily races, going nowhere, going nowhere. Their tears are filling up their glasses, no expression, no expression. I hide my head, I wanna drown my sorrow. No tomorrow, no tomorrow. And I find it kind of funny, I find it kind of sad. The dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. I find it hard to tell you, I find it hard to take. When people run in circles, it's a very, very mad world, mad world. Children waiting for the day they feel good. Happy birthday, happy birthday. And I feel the way that every child should. Sit and listen, sit and listen. Went to school and I was very nervous. No one knew me, no one knew me. Hello teacher, tell me what's my lesson. Look right through me, look right through me. And I find it kind of funny, I find it kind of sad. The dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. I find it hard to tell you, I find it hard to take. When people run in circles, it's a very, very mad world, mad world, enlarging your world. Mad world. That took a little bit, but now I can get to these papers I want to read you. And I figured I can take a break from the usual and read some poetry because it's my personal poetry. I actually wrote this all from scratch. I have something like over 100 poems. I'm only gonna read maybe 3. Um, Hang on. some reason the pages are stuck together. Ah, got it. This very first one is called simply Sinner. It hides there under the flesh. I know it's there. I can feel it waiting. It is stronger than me. A monster hiding inside. It causes death, pain, sadness, because that is what monsters do. Nobody sees the monster, so I become their target. When I look in the mirror, the monster stares at me. Yellow eyes and scaly skin. I can't stand the sight of it, so I break the fragile glass, and it shatters like my sanity. An idea strikes me, so I grab a shard and plunge it into my arm. I cut and cut, but the monster is deeper still. I cut so deep I could not move. Can you see my monster? Nobody ever could, not even Sweet Carol, not until the bitter end. When my monster came for her, so here we sit, me and my monster, in this large white room. That's the very first poem. I know it's kind of freaky, but I don't have too many cheerful poems. Oh, here's a cheerful poem right on the top. Dream a little dream. Skin as white as the purest ivory, hair a soft supple crimson. Let your wings take flight and soar across the still ocean. Reach down and feel the skin of the great whale, streak back up to the heavens. Fly above the clouds and watch over the slow earth, transcend space and time to rest upon a mountain and grow strong. But for now, just lay in your bed and dream your quiet dreams. A lot of my poetry tends to be freeform. However, I do have fixed form poems like haikus, sonnets. Let's see if I can find the sonnet I just wrote today. I'm sorry, I should have had this video planned out better, but it wasn't until I started filming that I thought I should go look for this. Oh, this is a poem that actually got me a lot of recognition, and this is what really started off my whole poetry and my writing. It's called A Thousand Masks, and I wrote this 2 years ago now. So that's when my first poems actually started circulating on the internet. I thought that was really cool. A thousand masks. I have 1,000 faces that I wear one over the other. Each face is different and unique. One is laughing, one face is crying, another face is angry, another face is loving. Every face is beautiful, every face is ugly. Beneath them all is another face, the 1,001st face. People tug and pull, but it doesn't come off. But they yank more, oblivious to the tears. The face is scared and sad, wanting only to make more faces to hide behind. The 1,001st face is me, naked and exposed before these strangers. The 1,001st face can't help but wonder what the 1,002nd face would look like if the 1,001st face had not been me. As you guys can tell from the turning sounds of the pages, there is a lot of writing in this book. I have poems dedicated to my friends, poems based off of songs. Oh, This is a rhetorical question because none of you can actually answer me after I ask it. But if anyone has ever heard of the manga Chobits, I wrote this poem right here based on it. And I actually had a legitimate author comment on this poem and say how much he thinks this actually represents the story as a whole. And that made me feel so good to have that kind of recognition from an actual published author. Alright, so this is a world without people. I live in a world without people. Everyone I see is one of them. They look like people. Or did people look like them? They act and they talk like people, but they cannot replace people. People are people, the way I am I. Seeing them reminds me of people. Thinking of people gives me a hurt buried deep inside my chest. A hurt that will only lessen when I see people. It isn't possible for them to feel hurt. They cannot feel at all. So who am I? I am not one of the people. I am one of them, but I do feel this hurt. This hurt grows as I worry about the people, but they cannot lessen the hurt. I know the hurt will go away when I find that someone just for me. They cannot be that someone just for me. But I live in a world without people. I find that someone just for me in a city filled with them. He was a person who loved them for being them. I loved him for being him. He loved them, but he also loved me. He loved me differently than them. He loved me because I am me, not one of them. I found that someone just for me, all by myself, and he wasn't one of them. I found a person in a world without people. Now, I'm betting if you actually watched this whole video and got to this point, you would be wondering, what the heck is this guy talking about? Well, that poem, A World Without People, is based on the story Chobits, and in it, there are robotic people, and they came to basically replace much of the human race. People had no reason to talk to other humans. They had robots who did their math, they had robots who cooked food, they had robots that drove their cars, they had robots to fix other robots. Even though it wasn't mentioned as much, they even had robots meant for pleasure. So even that didn't require a second person. Well, the main character of the story is actually a robot who was made to be a person. She had to eat, she had feelings, emotions, and the guy who created her gave her the power to shut down all other robots. So it's an interesting story, but it's very inappropriate at the same time. And because this video is dragged on for almost 14 minutes, I'm gonna call it a night. I love you all. Good night. Thanks for staying tuned.